It's no secret that Hollywood has a problem with inclusivity and race. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about Hollywood being the most diverse it's ever been, but that doesn't mean the diversity problem is fixed. This very notion became the opening joke at this year's Emmy Awards.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We solved it.
Wait, seriously? Wait, so diversity is not a problem in Hollywood anymore?
Nope, we solved it.
Wow. Well, that is wonderful news.
Races including African American, Asian, and Latino have either been left out or set in the background of Hollywood productions. Latino men have been surfacing more into the Hollywood world with actors like Javier Bardem, Gael Garcia Bernal, and Oscar Isaac. Even Latino directors like Alejandro Iñárritu and Guillermo del Toro have been praised for their works lately. Though there is still a lack of Latino men in Hollywood, there's an even bigger lack of Latino women. In Hollywood, Latino women are put into a few different categories. We have the spicy sex symbol, the housekeeper or maid, the ghetto chick, or the only Spanish speaker that is not really taken seriously. Some of these categories date all the way back to old Hollywood's view of Latinas. There's a short list of influential Latina women in old Hollywood. This list includes actresses such as Carmen Miranda, Dolores Del Rio, Katie Jurado, and Rita Moreno. Carmen Miranda was a Brazilian performer in the 1940s, who was once at the time the highest earning woman in Hollywood. People in Hollywood were amused by her voice and colorful costumes. She fell under the stereotype of not really being taken seriously, and when she finished her U.S. career and went back to Brazil, they wouldn't accept her because they saw her as a sellout. Dolores Del Rio began her career in the silent film era and was discovered in Mexico by a Hollywood director.
Power? No.
She went on to play a variety of leading roles, from a European aristocrat to the native girl to a European peasant. She was actually one of the first Latina women to be considered elegant and glamorous in Hollywood. When Hollywood kept offering her the stereotypical exotic roles, she left for Mexico and continued her career there. Katie Jurado was one of the biggest trailblazers of old Hollywood. She was the first Mexican actress to be nominated for an Academy Award and the first Mexican actress to win a Golden Globe for her film High Noon, which also starred Grace Kelly. She was one of the few women who successfully balanced careers in both Mexico and Hollywood simultaneously. Jurado's roles were complex, and she avoided playing the over-sexualized Hispanic. She once said, "I didn't take all the films that were offered, just those with dignity." Not many marginalized actresses had that strong attitude in the 1950s. Probably one of the most talked about Latina stars from old Hollywood is Rita Moreno, who is still working in the industry today. She is one of 15 people and the only Latina who can say they have an EGOT, meaning they've won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. Moreno is most famous for her portrayal of Anita in West Side Story, and even has a minor role in the popular Singin' in the Rain. She is currently starring in the reboot of the TV show One Day at a Time, which consists of a primarily Hispanic cast. While acting at 86 years old, Moreno has remained an advocate for representation in Hollywood. Aside from these, there are only about a handful of other Latina women who are known and respected in old Hollywood. Even now, there are so few popularized Latinas in Hollywood that it's become a bit of a joke.
Yes, hi, I'm Eva Longoria, not Ava Mendes.
And hi, I'm America Ferrera, not Chino Rodriguez.
Yes. And neither one of us are Rosario Dawson.
Nope. Well said, Selma.
Thank you, Charo.
Though this may seem like a joke, actress America Ferrera was actually mistaken for Gina Rodriguez by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association over Twitter. It's becoming more difficult in our social climate to not address the underrepresentation in Hollywood. And to top things off, there are much fewer Latina filmmakers than there are actresses. A study showed that women made up only 4.3% of directors in the top 1,100 films released from 2007 to 2017. Of this already small percentage, only one of those women was a Latina. Patricia Regan is a Mexican film director born in Guadalajara, who is famous for her films Under the Same Moon, the Disney Channel movie Lemonade Mouth, and most notably her film The 33. Regan has even directed several episodes of the Amazon series Jack Ryan. Latina women trying to make it in Hollywood face so much adversity that they have to make things happen themselves if they really want change. In this interview, Salma Hayek talks about how adversity is the greatest teacher.
But adversity is your greatest teacher. If they had been sending me all the great scripts with the big parts, I would have been busy just doing those, and then I wouldn't have had to learn how to produce them myself or direct them I wouldn't have had the time. I would have been too busy, working in the Hollywood movies to get depressed and figure out this is my motto in life. I do not give myself permission to whine about anything that I didn't try to change.
This is exactly what some of the strong Latina women in Hollywood have been doing. They've been trying to make change for themselves instead of expecting Hollywood to open its eyes. Latina women in Hollywood have resulted in becoming producers or in creating their own production companies because they know they need to tell their own stories. Salma Hayek in fact did this by creating Ventana Rosa Productions, which produced her critically acclaimed film Frida. Hayek starred in the film and was nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Awards. Frida showed the tensions that surrounded ethnicity in a global media culture. This Hollywood film was so successful because it resonated with both Mexican and American audiences. Other Hollywood actresses have also stepped up by creating their own production companies, like Eva Longoria with Unbelievable Entertainment, and Gina Rodriguez with I Can and I Will Productions. These women are the future of representation of Latinas in Hollywood. Though they primarily work in television, they are using their platform to voice the possibility for minorities in Hollywood to make their own path. That being said, there is some improvement in the awareness of underrepresentation, but we're a long way from getting things where they need to be. As Rita Moreno said,
"It is better, but better is a far cry from terrific." And I think we still going to have to, we still have to put up the good fight. It's terribly important that we hold hands. And it's not about Puerto Rican or Cuban or Argentinian. It's about we're Hispanic.
Latina women don't have to be conformed to the stereotypes of the sex symbol, the maid, the ghetto chick, or the outcast Spanish speaker. They have the power to be strong leads, filmmakers, and most importantly, influencers.
Uma canção do tica-tica-boom.